Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to teach you how to play Killing Floor 1 from the basics all the way to as far as my knowledge can take you, because I have played over 300 hours of this game, and I played it back when it was an Unreal Tournament mod, so I feel that I am qualified to speak on the subject. Now, let us begin. The first thing we're going to do is go to solo, and then we're going to click on normal long, or if you're looking for a faster game, click normal medium. A medium length game will take you about 20 minutes to 30 minutes to complete, depending on your speed, skill level, and the size of the map. A long game may take up to an hour, which is a pretty big ask. So let's go with medium. I know, there are lots of classes that we could play, but we always play the first wave as a sharpshooter or a berserker. No matter how high our other perk levels are, until you're rank 6, then you can do what you want, because you'll get a free weapon. But on wave 1, as a sharpshooter, you gain bonuses for your 9mm pistol, which everyone always starts with, or if you pick berserker, you'll gain benefits with your knife. No other class is as advantageous on average as either of these two. Personally, sharpshooter is what I play, so I'm going to pick sharpshooter. The first most important gameplay tip that you'll be using for the rest of your lifetime in Killing Floor 1 is pull out your knife to move faster. Whenever you're not under threat and you want to go fast, pull out your knife. If you want to be ready to shoot something, have out your gun. Between waves, always have out your knife. Got it? The healing syringe. It is by default accessible on the number 5 key. I have also in my keybinds set the quick heal key to Q, so that if I press Q, I will heal myself. Now, healing yourself consumes the entire charge of the syringe, which will recharge over time, but if you heal an ally, it will only consume half of the syringe's charge, which means if you heal your friends, it'll be twice as efficient. So the best thing you can do as a teammate is heal your friends. Healing your friends, no matter what class you're on, will also level up your medic perk, which is a nice side benefit. Your iron sights do not make your gun more accurate. So, only aim down your iron sights if you visually need to use them to see. Otherwise, you can just no-scope all day, basically. For the most part, when aiming at an enemy, you want to aim at their nose and then slightly below, because the hitbox for where you get a crit on an enemy's head is slightly wonky compared to the average game and less generous. The hitboxes, or headshot boxes, for enemies change based on the enemy. You'll have to learn them all by feel. But remember, whatever you think you're aiming for at first, aim slightly lower, so if you're pointing at the forehead, go down a little. For me, this seems to help. Headshots are especially important as a sharpshooter because you get a massive damage bonus even at level 0. But headshots are good for all characters except for demo men or firebugs who deal AoE damage and don't give a fuck. Teammates. As I'm making this video alone, I have very little to say about teammates. However, a few things. Remember that you cannot shoot through your teammates, they are solid objects. Remember to heal your teammates with your medic syringe, because healing your teammates will heal them more efficiently than you healing yourself, and it gives you money. That's right, you get paid to heal your teammates. And in multiplayer, if your team is going somewhere, follow them if you don't know what you're doing, especially if you're on hard difficulty or higher. They are going to be carrying you. If you are on normal difficulty, do whatever the hell you want, because a single character at perk 5 or perk level 6 is going to carry the entire team no matter what they do. If that's you, then great. If it's not you, then it's probably the random rank 6 demo man that has joined your lobby and decided to solo and ruin everything. The last thing to remember with teammates, once you are rank 6 in your chosen perk, killing more specimens gains you nothing outside of the game. You will help your team succeed, but the more kills that you do, the less kills your teammates can do, therefore the slower they will level up. Therefore, the best kind of rank 6 player is the one who is lowest on the kill board. They are the most honorable. This is part of the reason why I main sharpshooter. I sit back and I wait and I take down only priority targets or only step in when my lower rank allies seem to be overwhelmed. This of course will not be the average experience in most publicly joinable lobbies. But do with this knowledge what you will. Let's move on. There are 2 enemies in the game which require slightly more specific strategies. The first is the thing carrying the chainsaw. We call those a Scrake. Or, in textual team chat, you may see someone start spamming SC, SC, SC. No, they're not talking about StarCraft without Brood War. They're talking about a Scrake, a thing with a chainsaw. On normal or hard difficulty, you can allow your Berserker to stunlock a Scrake to death alone. So if you see a berserker with a sword or an axe approaching a Scrake, don't shoot at the Scrake. Let them handle it. However, if the Scrake gets enraged, a berserker can no longer stunlock them, in which case you'll have to rely on the full output of your team's DPS to take them down. There is one particular class that should never shoot at a Scrake, and that's a firebug. On single player, or in a solo lobby, the damage is scaled in such a way that firebugs can kill Scrakes, although it's difficult with fire damage. In multiplayer, due to the stacking resistances and bonus HP that the units gain, when a firebug shoots a Scrake, it basically just enrages them and does no damage. If you can find a server that still has the damage numbers mod, you can see this for yourself, because it'll show you a bunch of little ones as the fire ticks go off. So, a firebug can cause a total party wipe simply by lighting a Scrake in multiplayer on fire. This can happen on hard difficulty and higher. So, don't light Scrakes on fire, for the love of God. Okay, the other big enemy. The Fleshpound. You'll recognize him because of the glowy yellow or red lights on him. If the lights are yellow, he is not enraged, and he does not have bonus resistance or bonus move speed. If the lights are red, he is enraged, and whoever he taps is probably going to lose all of their armor or explode into fine bloody chunks. How do we kill Fleshpounds? Well, the first thing to kill a Fleshpound with is explosives. You could throw all your grenades at his feet, or you could just let the demo man do it for you. If you have a demo man in your party, simply start spamming FP, FP, FP in the chat until they kill the Fleshpound. If that doesn't work, hurl all of your grenades at the Fleshpound and start blasting and hope for the best. If you have full armor and full health and you're on hard or normal difficulty, you can tank a single tackle from a Fleshpound and probably get away okay. If you do not have armor, you will probably instantaneously die unless you have, say, the Berserker's damage resistance perk that would allow you to live through this. So, Fleshpounds. Priority 1, explosives. Backup plan, have a Sharpshooter. A Sharpshooter on hard difficulty with 5 or less players can one-shot a Fleshpound, usually if the Sharpshooter is rank 6 and they are using a strong enough gun. On player 6 on hard, or on a few players on harder difficulties, it will take a Sharpshooter repeated headshots to down a Fleshpound. And this can be done, but it requires a very skillful Sharpshooter, which is not me, which is why there's probably going to be footage in this video of me failing to kill Fleshpounds. So, those are the 2 primary plans. The third plan is what your team is going to devolve into every time in a multiplayer lobby, which is spray and pray. Hit it with everything, until it dies. If there are multiple Fleshpounds, you probably should try and convince your group to prioritize one of them at a time. Okay, next. What classes are best? Well, objectively, what classes are best? The Berserker is best, because the Berserker can solo the entire game on any difficulty, given the right build and enough player skill. But this is a horrible way to play, because if you play the solo Berserker style, which I will not cover here because it is degenerate and boring, if you play it, basically you are playing in such a way that will get your team killed on higher difficulties, and I have no respect for you. However, so Berserker, very fun, very effective at all levels, and can technically is the only class that can solo the game, or rather is the one that's easiest to learn because of their bonus move speed, bonus armor, and their immunity to being grabbed by clots. Oh yes, clots, the basic enemies in the game, the little bald men with no crotch stuff. They're just bald and blank and terrifying. They can grab you, and if one gets to you in melee range, you'll be rooted in place until you kill it. Multiple of them can grab you multiple times, so if you get 2 of them on you, you have to kill both before you can move. The Berserker is the coolest class in the game, because he is immune to this and has bonus move speed, basically letting him ignore one of the core threats of the most common mob in the game. The Medic is the best class because the Medic is the tankiest class, and the Medic can basically regenerate his own health by self-healing, and regenerate his own teammates' health with perfect accuracy healing darts, not pictured here because I have no teammates. Medic also gets access to cheap spray and pray SMGs, and so Medic is a good all-round pick. Let me think. Support Specialist. Support Specialist has Shotgun. Shotgun go boom. Shotgun pierce through multiple enemies. Shotguns are great. Support Specialist also has to weld doors to level up. Yippee. Commando. Commando is the most averagest of average classes. He is the Soldier 47 of the game. He can see the invisible little ladies and has to shoot them to level up, which is really tedious. If you've leveled Commando to rank 6, let me know in the comments. I pray for your soul. It probably took so damn long. Unfortunately, the Commando's weakness is his strength, in that his guns are not particularly super effective against any enemy in the game, making him a poor choice to have more than one of in a group. His unique ability to see health bars is especially useful in taking down the bosses of the game and helping the other player members or the other team members prioritize which enemies to shoot. Sharpshooter. Sharpshooter is obviously the best class in the game. I play Sharpshooter. Sharpshooter can kill anything. Sharpshooter, however, suffers from a lack of get good, so if you can't hit things in the head, you will lose and you will die. And also, if a Sharpshooter, such as myself, often panics because enemies get too close and they can no longer stand still to aim because they're garbage at aiming on the move, they will die because they're not hitting things in the head and thus not dealing headshots and thus not dealing damage, and that would be sad. Firebug. We don't talk about Firebug. Firebug and Rage's Scrakes get the whole team killed. Firebug pain. Firebug. Okay, fine. Firebug is one of the best classes in the game because it applies a debuff to enemies that slows them by 20%, which is really important on higher difficulties. So yes, Firebug is great, but you need a Firebug that is content to just sit there for half of the game and not really do much, and then step in to slow down the swarm, and then step back out to let the other classes deal their damage. So yeah, Firebug. Demoman. Demoman go boom. Demoman is really hard to level up because the guns are so expensive and you only get the discounts as you get levels, and that's kind of a problem. But once you're a high-level Demoman, you can blow up basically anything except for Scrakes. Did I mention that Scrakes have explosion resistance, making them a little bit more painful for Demomen to deal with? Yes, that's right. That's why we bring a teammate, such as a support specialist with a big-ass shotgun, to blast them down. Don't have any friends? Well, playing Demoman is going to be really hard, and I'm really sorry, Zerva, that you level Demoman alone at work all those nights on company time. I'm glad you got paid. Ugh. So, what do you do after normal mode has gotten too easy? Honestly, normal mode has probably gotten too easy for you pretty quickly, especially if you hit rank 5 or rank 6, because your ability to deal damage has outscaled the enemy health. Obviously, the only thing to do is play on hard difficulty. So you step up, you play hard difficulty. Hard difficulty is the sweet spot of Killing Floor. It is the casual, fun, Publix pub stomp game mode difficulty that it's just challenging enough that most teams won't be able to get through it, but you'll get through the entire set of waves often enough that it's still entertaining. If you're finding the game too easy, play on hard mode. We don't talk about playing on easy mode. Easy mode is for babies. Get out. What do you do once you're bored of playing on hard mode? Well, you've probably either gotten a group together that consistently is beating hard mode over and over, or you're playing on West London because you're a coward and you like the easy map. Stop playing on West London. That's rule 1. Don't play West London because West London is a square and it's all brightly lit, eliminating the surprise of enemies coming out of the dark and making it very easy to kite and shoot enemies from all angles because there's literally no variation. You can just stand in one spot the whole time and, you know, be the best sharpshooter in the game because, sharpshooter's really good on West London. Yeah, that's part of why it's so boring. Or if you're a berserker on West London, you can just run loops, and never be surprised and never have to interact with anything because you're too fast for enemies to catch you, unless you play on Suicidal. So, what do you do when it's too easy on hard and you're done with West London? You start playing on Suicidal on harder maps. And this is the stage of the game where I basically always die and barely ever complete anything. Very long ago, I was training with, grinding with a group of people, trying to get up to the point where we could tackle Suicidal, but honestly, there's no point past at tackling Suicidal other than the brownie points of knowing you've done a good job, because if you're tackling Suicidal, you're probably perk level 6. Which means that there's no more progression left for you to do other than grinding silly consumable unlocks so that you can wear your chicken suit. And getting the chicken suit only requires killing a bunch of Scrakes on Bedlam on hard difficulty. So I recommend you go play Bedlam on hard difficulty for like 50 hours, like Metal Chicken and I did, to get your cool chicken suit so that you can flex on everyone that doesn't have a chicken suit. Why would you play Hell on Earth? I have no idea. You're probably one of the 10 people that are really good at this game. In which case, why are you watching this tutorial? Okay, that's the whole tutorial. Let's recap very briefly. If you're not perk level 4, play on normal. Play on long or medium, not short. Short is too fast, short will get you killed. Pull out your knife to run faster. Use your healing syringe on other people because it pays you money and is twice as effective. Weld doors, but don't block off teammate paths. Aim however you like. The iron sights is just there to help you out a little visually. Teammates are great. Remember, you can't shoot through them. Scrakes, don't light Scrakes on fire. It makes them angry. Flush pounds, either commit or don't commit to dealing damage. If you don't have armor on, stand in the back. Don't get tackled by the flush pound, you'll die. What class is best? Obviously Sharpshooter, because that's what I play. What class is worst? Obviously Firebug, because it enrages Scrakes. What do you do after you're really good at playing on normal? You play on hard. What do you do after you're really good at playing on hard? Well, you play Bedlam to get the chicken suit. What do you do after you have the chicken suit? You go play Deep Rock Galactic, because it's a better damn game. Now get out of here!